Hello everyone. My name is Debbie Jones-Snyders and I'm from the Hopedale Presbyterian Church. I'm delighted to welcome children and families to our church school lessons and crafts. And our story today is Jesus Chooses 12 Apostles, adapted from Mission Bible Class with images by Sweet Publishing and accessed through Unfolding Word. We have 3 coloring pictures today. And we have 2 crafts. One is the Fishers of People paper plate decoration. And the other is the Follow Jesus fish mobile. We also have a variety of other activities for you. So our story, Jesus chooses 12 apostles. In our story today, we're going to learn about some men who followed Jesus. Some of them used to be fishermen, but they decided to leave their fishing and follow Jesus. Jesus told them that they would not be fishing for fish anymore. They would be fishing for men or people. Jesus would make them fishers of men. Have you ever played the game Follow the Leader? One person is the leader and everyone else follows. Whatever the leader does, every follower copies and does exactly the same. The followers want to be like the leader. In the New Testament times, a follower was called a disciple. John the Baptist was a leader, and he had disciples who followed him. His disciples wanted to be just like John the Baptist and do and say things just like him. Andrew and Simon Peter were brothers and fishermen. They were also disciples of John the Baptist. But there was one man John the Baptist admired more than anyone. That man was Jesus. John the Baptist knew that Jesus was sent by God to save the world. When Jesus began his ministry, he asked people to follow him and become his disciples. One day, when Jesus was walking by the Sea of Galilee, he saw Andrew and Simon Peter casting nets to catch fish. Jesus called out to them and said, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of people." What do you think Jesus meant by fishers of men or fishers of people? Fishermen usually cast out nets and they bring the fish in. Fishers of men go fishing for men. They teach people and then they bring them to God. Peter and Andrew wanted to become fishers of people. They left their fishing immediately and followed Jesus. Going on, they saw 2 other brothers, James and John, mending nets with their father, Zebedee. Jesus called them and said, "Follow me." James and John left their boat and their father and began to follow Jesus. Jesus' group of followers was growing. Now Jesus had 4 disciples, Peter, Andrew, James, and John. On his way to Galilee, Jesus found Philip and invited him to come along too. Philip was from Bethsaida, the same town as Andrew and Peter. Philip went to find his friend Nathanael. "Nathanael, we found the one that Moses wrote about in the scripture," he said. He is Jesus from Nazareth. When Nathanael met Jesus, he was very surprised. He had never met Jesus before, but Jesus knew all about him. Because of this, Nathanael knew that Jesus was someone very special sent from God. He started following Jesus too. You might know Nathanael by his other name. His other name was Bartholomew. Jesus called others to follow him. Matthew was a tax collector in the town of Capernaum. Some people thought that Matthew could never be like Jesus. Tax collectors were often cheaters, but Jesus knew that Matthew had a good heart. When Jesus said, "Matthew, come follow me," Matthew got up from the table and began following Jesus. Jesus invited others to follow him. Soon James, called James the Less because he was younger than the other James, and Thomas followed Jesus. Another Simon, Thaddeus, and Judas Iscariot. More and more people became disciples or followers of Jesus. Even though many followed Jesus, 12 men were with him almost all of the time. This group of 12 men became known as the 12 Apostles. Jesus gave these men special jobs to do and special powers to make sick people well and to cast demons away. They also told others about God. Peter, Andrew, James, and John, Philip, Thomas, Matthew, and Bartholomew or Nathanael, James the Less, Simon, Thaddeus, and Judas. These were the apostles. They followed Jesus and helped more people become disciples or followers of Jesus. Jesus would like us to be his disciples too. We can tell our friends about Jesus or help in the church. We can also live good lives just as Jesus taught us. Maybe there's a way you can be a disciple right now, right where you are. What does it mean to follow Jesus? Do what he did. Act the way he did. Love others and love God. So we have a number of activities for you depending on your age level, interest, and ability. You will need to print the activities. There are three coloring pictures. And there are other activities as well for you to print. You will need a variety of things to color with, such as crayons, markers, or colored pencils. There are 2 crafts, and the first craft is to follow Jesus over here. Wrong one. Here, the fishers of people follow Jesus in his footsteps. That's the decoration plate right here. So in order to make this craft, you will need a paper plate. You will need a hole puncher, scissors, stickers, things to color with, a Sharpie, not sure if I said scissors, and glue. So and construction paper. So the first thing you want to do is to trace your foot on a piece of construction paper. I used brown. So then cut the foot out, the footprint out. Right, I will follow Jesus on it. And you can make little fish, or you can actually glue some one of those little fish snacks on if you like. I have just made little fish. The next thing you do is to glue your footprint onto the plate. Punch a hole at the top of the plate. Decorate the rest of the plate. You can use stickers, you can color. Right at the top of the plate, fishers of people, and on the bottom of the plate, walk in his footsteps. And then tie a cut piece of yarn through the hole at the top of the plate so you can hang up your fishers of people footstep plate, decoration plate. The second craft we have is a Follow Jesus mobile fishing rod. You could actually use this as a fishing rod. And you can see what you'll need here is an empty paper towel tube. You'll need some stickers, some markers or Sharpie, some things to color with, construction paper, a hole punch, yarn, and a stapler. Actually, I've stapled some of these together. So get your paper towel, empty paper towel tube, and you can write on one side, Fishers of People. On the other side, Follow Jesus. You can put stickers on it, on the tube. Then you want to draw and cut out some fish. I use different colored construction paper, and I have the name of some people to pray for on the back. People that you think need prayers, or people that you think need to know Jesus. And then use a hole puncher and punch a hole through the fish. Cut different pieces of yarn and tie them through the holes. Attach the fish to the paper towel roll. I have stapled the yarn to the underside of the paper towel tube, and then also get some yarn and put it through the tube. This is all the way through the tube, so I can hold this up, and I cut the piece. This is one piece all the way through the tube. I've tied it at the top so I can hang it up, and this can remind me of people to pray for. And so that's our fishing rod, Fishers of People fishing rod. So we have other activities for you as well. And these include, a maze, crossword, word search. That's the answers. Here's the word search and the maze, and an anagram where you could figure out what the words are. This week, let's show we are disciples of Jesus. That means we follow Jesus and we try to be like him. He taught us to live good lives, love others, and most important, love God. Have a great week, everyone.